Hello and welcome to the channel. What is this? Well, I'm looking to share what I'm about to undergo to finally take the steps into the Warhammer universe, both 40k and hopefully in time Age of Sigmar. Sure, same as many, when I was young I did play D&D. Obviously that ended when I was in my early teens. Some time ago, probably 10 years ago, I then was reintroduced to the hobby in terms of looking at new models, not necessarily from Games Workshop, but from other manufacturers as well, where I started to do a little bit of painting. I first picked up some Reaper miniatures. I did 4 or 5 quite badly, trying to learn what was needed to be done again. Luckily for me, there was some advice on YouTube. And then I came across Games Workshop miniatures, so we're looking at now some of my first miniatures I painted for Games Workshop. I actually painted a Chaos Warrior. Then I think I had a Space Marine biker, which I can't find to show anymore. And then I finally did a group of Orc boys that you can see on screen at the moment, some Death Skulls. I really did enjoy the process at the time. I was quite happy with how they came out. Again, this was the first unit I ever really painted. By this time I'd probably painted 7 or 8 miniatures before these 5. So I was still learning, but like I say, luckily for me, YouTube was a good source of information. That's partly why I'm doing the channel now, just to share my experience, and if it can be of any help to anyone, that's all the better. I do enjoy looking at content on YouTube for these sorts of things, and I hope this will be useful for someone. I did find after I painted these Orc boys though, I didn't really progress. This was going back some probably now 10 years since I painted these, and I sort of drifted out again of interest. But always had sort of a mind on Games Workshop, just looking at the products now and again. It's always held an interest, the lore, the artwork, the models particularly. So I've always kept an eye on it, but I wanted to try and progress. So I decided the best way to have a go at this again was to pick up the Recruit Edition. Again, we can see on screen now, I'm unboxing that, and look at re-entering the fray really with a mind to where I could take it. I started watching content on gaming and bat reps. Again, a great source, YouTube, for the content, and I sort of got an interest again, thinking that with a view that, as well as the modelling side, which I did enjoy, to possibly look at then beginning gaming. So this was my entry. It's about £30 and sold as an entryway into the system, so I thought I'd give it a go. I had picked up some box sets before, but hadn't done anything with them. They were just sitting around, and I thought this was quite a good way to get into the hobby, and then look to actually game afterwards. So it's an all-in-one set really that will allow you to do that, so I thought I'd give it a go. So the sprues and the models look fantastic as well. Great value for money. They certainly have improved, I would say, the models, since the 10 years I'd really taken any interest in painting any. Obviously I do like the new Primaris models, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to get back in, that and the Astartes series, which really rekindled my interest again. I found that just the Recruit Edition actually great value for money. That the manual you get is excellent quality. Gives you enough of the background lore without getting too bogged down, just to give you a flavour of the environment. Obviously the advice on building and painting, talking a bit about gaming, giving you an overview of the different options that you can later go on to follow on with. which I will hope to do. I hope this series will document that. Bit of background fluff about the Imperium, the Galaxy, the two factions that are in the box sets, the Necrons and the Primaris Marines. A little bit of fluff again about the state of the Imperium of Man and some of the Crusades. Then it goes on to basically a guide of building and painting. There is one thing in here that did come up, I think, on the next page when I flick over, you'll see that when you go into the guide for particularly building the Lieutenant and the Necrons, it does suggest a particular variant if you're wanting to play some of the missions in the booklet. I opted to build the Lieutenant in the plasma chain sword option, which is not used in the missions, but for me I just prefer that model, so just bear that in mind. I think with the Necrons as well, it suggests that you build them with the Flayer. I can't remember which variant, but one of the variants. So anyway, great quality manual, good information. I'm looking forward to having a go with the missions, which again I'll hope to document, and so we can just see really what it's like to start in the hobby with picking up one of the box sets, going through building, painting and then gaming, and see where that leads. Some of the stuff we really like, well personally I really like, we're looking at now the modelling side, some of the fantastic armies that can be built. Again, it tells you really where you can go with the next steps after you've played the missions that come in the starter set, so you can go on and build your force. So that's something I might look to do, and you get all the information you need, data cards and so on. So a little bit of time, I think it was about maybe 5 to 6 hours. I wasn't particularly rushing and trying to take my time, put them together. I will say that they're a fantastic set of models, really excellent detail, and again for the money, this is one of Games Workshop's stellar products really, you can't fault it. Great quality, I really like the Primaris and the new Necrons. So I'll leave you with images of the final built products.